The creator of Squid Games is South Korean writer-director Hwang Dong-Hyuk. His other known work is Silence, which I watched years ago on Netflix, and it's the perfect movie to watch if you want a reason to throw your laptop across the room and cry hysterically for a week. His work deals with uncomfortable and hard-hitting social issues. He conceived the idea of Squid Games back in 2008 and wrote the script a year later. Even when he finished writing the show, he spent 10 years trying to get it made through other studios, but all rejected it because it was thought to be too weird, unrelatable, and brutal. Why does Squid Games resonate so much with so many people? Last year sucked a lot. In 2020, we saw humanity in its truest and most foulest form. The global pandemonium exposed with crystal clear lights the faults of late-stage capitalism. A lot of us wake up at the butt crack of dawn and hate life right out the gate. Go to work, put in many hours of productivity to make money for our job site, just so collectively it goes to the top to people we don't know. We're making all this money and contributing so much to the economy. We're the richest country in the world. Oh wait, by October 18th, the country is going broke. Excuse me? All the while being paid just enough to almost make it. And that almost making it money doesn't cut it. So that's when second and third jobs, side hustles, come in to pick up the slack. And even then, you're still struggling. Man, this stuff is for the birds! Damn! Because of debts that you have to pay monthly, like credit cards, car notes, student loan, rent, mortgages, hospital bills, and Netflix to escape this hellscape we call living. And the personal pan pizza swooped in. We had to either quarantine or deal with people reacting to sudden change in response to combating this once-in-a-lifetime phenomenon. For people who had to deal with person-to-person interaction and did not have the option of quarantining, God bless you. I'm sorry. I'm so unbelievably sorry, bro. Like, that super sucks, bro. It was not great. For people who could quarantine remotely, it was a revelation for many people. Yeah, things sucked, but at least you were in the comfort of your own home. You can do work in your bed or at the beach. No more pretending to like your coworkers for 8 hours and your boss calling you to work on your day off. You have more time to start hobbies or catch up on sleep and relax. Don't get me wrong, either way, there was still that mourning period where we all realized that life was never going to be the same again. 456 desperate, broke, some trifling adults are lured by this secret organization to compete against each other in a deadly competition involving children's games. There's only room for one winner, and the prize is billions of won. The games are cruel, but when pushed over the edge and have nothing to lose, humans are even crueler. The show hits so close to home with so many people in many different countries. Two average people might have different cultures and even speak different languages, but they both know that jolt of panic when that bill shows up and you don't have the money yet. And that feeling of hope that maybe, just maybe, that gambling bet or that business venture will solve all your problems. The pain, panic, and frustration of just not having enough. Hwang Dong-Hyuk himself was a victim of not having enough. He needed a laptop to write his screenplays, but because of the economic crisis in South Korea in 2008, he had to sell his laptop for the American equivalent of almost $700 to make ends meet. While living with his mother, You can feel his sympathy for every single character in his writing, and even if you don't like certain characters, you can understand where they are coming from because a lot of us are where these characters are at now. We're constantly on this track or this obstacle course, trying to keep up, trying to surpass the person in front of you, trying to get by, or willing to do anything to win, even step on others along the way. Maybe the connection to challenges based on children's games is symbolic for when stripped of everything, people are simplistic like children. Children want what they want. They have no concern for things that hold us adults back like laws or budgeting. No, they see toys, they do whatever to get it. Can we be kids again? This whole adulting thing is for the birds. When you strip away all those things away from adults and create an environment where adults have nothing to lose and see a shiny toy like a mountain of money, they'll do whatever to get it. The only difference is that adults have more tools of manipulation than a child. It's very safe to say that Squid Games is a story about society's toxic, obsessive relationship with money. How we're brainwashed to believe that accumulating as much money as possible is the ultimate goal for life. Our current system can keep a majority of us in poverty or damn well near it and pass down generational poverty. We're so focused on surviving day by day and don't have the energy to see systematic issues at play. Like, it's hard to think about the effects of extreme capitalism when you're hungry and need shelter now. It's getting to the point where even if you go on the path that everyone tells you to do, like go to college and get a degree because it's supposed to help you out in the long run, little did they tell you that you will be struck with outstanding debt that you will never pay off as long as you live. Fun times. Extra points if you go into medical, law, or technology fields, but even when you do all that, there's still no guarantee of a good life. And you see that with multiple characters of the show. Sung-woo did things the system tells you to do: go to school, get good grades, and go into a lucrative field. And he still ends up on the track. The doctor character has the same problem, and other characters who did the right thing still got screwed. So what does that say about our society? On the technical side, the show looks amazing. The set design is incredible. It's fantastical and grounded in reality. The editing is solid. It has amazing pacing, nothing drags, and every single detail is well thought out and has justifiable purpose. And the characters are all interesting. No character feels out of place. Everyone has reasonable purposes for why they do the things that they do, including stay in the game. Everyone has clear flaws and strengths. You care about them enough to feel anxiety and fear for them when they are in danger, which is integral to the show in order for it to be more suspenseful and thrilling. The protagonist Ji-han, a chauffeur with a gambling addiction, is a complex standout character. Even though there is a lot of good in him, he's still capable of shady and unforgivable actions. Is he bad as some other characters? No. I mean, yeah, he's still a deadbeat and a gambler, and he steals and he steals from his mom. He still has strong lines that he would not cross even in dire situation, and his compassion towards others is admirable. He still has heavy problems. You know, he's still a deadbeat dad. He's still a gambler. I just have to emphasize that Ji-hong still has some shadiness in him, even though he's probably the most moral person on the show. And his character arc is so befitting, yet so tragic at the same time. Not only did I love that he's not overpowered, he's not the suavest or the smartest or special, not even low-key special like a Katniss Everdeen. He's a regular guy that you would actually find anywhere, or someone you already know. And the actor does such a great job balancing the many layers of the character. He can be slimy yet sincere, serious yet endearing. He's definitely the most human protagonist I've seen. and it's a fantastic performance. Like I said, I have to emphasize, you do side-eye the character multiple times in the show where you wonder if you should really root for him. The rest of the cast is also amazing. Hwang Dong-Hyuk, the actress who plays Byuk, is another standout. Her performance was intense and the character was badass. Her enemies to friends relationship with Ji-han is natural and very sweet. Byuk has so many great moments, but my favorite is when she spends time with Ji-young. Low-key, I kind of ship them together. So, fanfiction writers, you know what to do. You know what to do? You know what to do. Park Hae-seo, the actor who plays Sang-woo, balances being low-key slimy. I know he's supposed to be low-key slimy, but I kind of found him slimy from jump, and also conflicted. Sang-woo, I think, represents the subtle dark side to all of us, how we tend to excuse and justify bad behavior when money is involved. Like every single step of the way, he's just like, I know things is terrible, I know things are horrible, this is pretty messed up, but money! But that money! Come on, you guys! I know it sucks! I know it sucks a lot of stuff and whatever, but money! He sold his soul to capitalism, and when you do that, you basically lose your humanity. You stop seeing people as people and more like obstacles or means to reach an end, which conflicts with Ji-hung, who rejects the idea, still values people. Sang-woo also represents the pressure trying to escape poverty and being the shining role model of success and not living up to that expectation. Because, like I said, even if you quotations do everything right, the system still, the system will still not reward you. Sang-woo is a great character, and I still hate him. I will hate him until my dying breath. Ali was the one I was rooting for the most over Ji-hung and his gambling deadbeat tail and everyone else. He swooped in and immediately I'm like, yup, that's my guy. That's my guy. I didn't care about no one else's survival except for his. Ali, a naturally sweet and kind-hearted person, and actor Anupam Tripathi plays him with so much charisma and heart. Ali is a devastating reminder of the most vulnerable being exploited, and it doesn't matter how kind or hardworking you are, people are ready to take advantage of you, especially if you are a minority and impoverished. Also, if you haven't watched the show already, the show is very violent and might be triggering to some people, but I'm desensitized to violence on screen as a person who actively seeks out weird, violent media. Though the violence in Squid Games is not that gratuitous, it's scary and thrilling because you care about the characters and you know what they are capable of. No one who is in the game is like Liam Neeson in Taken, where they have special abilities like throat chopping people. They're regular, degular, everyday people. And part of the thrill is wondering how these average, even below average people are going to figure out these high stakes life or death challenges. The only criticism I have for the show is the Western one percenters coming in and watching the games. They were pretty corny to the point of it being distracting. Part of it was their audio seemed off to me. It sounded like ADR, but I could be wrong. And if I am wrong, then the men they got were pretty bad. Maybe the acting was bad because of the language barrier. If it wasn't for one character, you low-key almost don't need them. The show is a great example of you don't have to be the most original, you just have to have good execution. The show is very similar to Hunger Games, Battle Royale, The Circle, but because Squid Games is 9 episodes, you have time to explore the mindset of people who places too much value on wealth and the society that creates such people. To really get in and criticize our hyper-capitalistic society, how it's a broken system that produces broken people, dehumanizing and unsustainable in the long run. I'm conflicted on whether or not I want a season 2 because the season was so good on its own. And the creator of the show seemed to didn't plan for multiple seasons of the show. I'm scared that he would be pressured into writing a second season quickly and not being polished as the first season, cause Hwang Dong-Hyuk had years of polishing the script. Now that it's a hit, outside forces are most likely going to place major expectations onto him. I don't want Squid Game to be like those other shows where the first season was great, but progressively gets worse. It would hurt my heart so much, cause the creator went through so much to get it made. That's all I got for Squid Games. I highly recommend the show. It's one of the best examples of effective, polished writing with a theme that speaks to all of us no matter where you're from. Cause the universal language is brokest. If you want more videos like this, then please hit subscribe, hit the bell for notification for more videos. I hope you had fun. If not, oh well. I'm going to rub 2 pennies together and cry. See you later.